My father always told me to win a man's heart, you should always be a good cook and you should win his success and happiness through his stomach. Today, I'd like to introduce you to my guest, Mrs. Rajni Bector. Rajni auntie needs no introduction. She has been one of the pioneers in India to bring biscuits, FMCG, foods and take it to a global level. My show Angie's India is all about all the superpowers and superstars who've made India who she is. The reason I chose one of my first guests, a woman, a lady, an entrepreneur, and of course a Padma Shri now. She has achieved all successes in every form and every level of her life and career. She started her business from her home, just selling to her friends, opened a little store at her home, and today is one of the world's biggest suppliers to all global chains like McDonald's, Burger King, and many more. Let me introduce to you my guest today, Mrs. Rajni Bector. Hello, Angie.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Same.
And I mean, I've always been really inspired by you, and I've always looked up to you because at your time there were very, very few women who were working. Yeah. And literally, I would say hardly must have been maybe 10% or even maybe 5% of women in India were working. So at that time, how old were you when you first started your career?
I started in 1976.
Okay.
76 we shifted, 78 I started.
Okay.
78.
Okay.
In fact, I started in 1978.
Okay.
So
and before that, you were just a housewife?
I just was a housewife and just found a passion for cooking or trying things.
Right.
And sometimes I used to go attend some class here or there, something, and then add up myself, my stuff into it. And then, because my children were in school at that time, or all my three sons were in
How
school.
old were they?
They were, the youngest Anup was in 5th only, and 7th and 10th and 9th and that type of age.
Right.
That was schooling. They were in the boarding. They were in boarding, so I was alone at home.
Okay.
So whatever I used to cook, so I needed somebody to feed. Na? So I used to call my friends' children over for swimming to my house. And then to feed them. Then at night I used to call my friends over. I said, whom to feed? Me and my husband can't eat that much. We had a small family. My husband the only son.
Right.
So there was nobody to eat. So that was the main thing, was that. I was just doing it, always doing it. I love to cook and add my things into it.
Okay.
Because initially what happens is like you want to create something different.
Yes.
That was in me.
Yes.
I always wanted, if I learned one thing, so I said, no, this is not that good. If I add this thing or do this thing, so it will be better. So I used to be always better.
Right.
So, in fact, I first started with the ice creams.
Okay.
And cakes and puddings and salads.
Okay.
That was the main thing, was my attraction. Because I just did a small course in PAU here at university, just a 1-month course. In that one subject was vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
One subject. Otherwise there were some dairy things and all.
Right,
The other things were there.
Right.
There was only one vanilla ice cream was there.
Right.
So I started developing on my own. I developed around 40 flavors.
40 flavors of ice cream?
Yeah, ice cream. So with a hand churner ice cream, with the only hand, and just as a hobby.
Yes.
And then feeding everybody, and then making toppings for the ice creams like that. I created my own toppings for that.
Okay.
And this was my own creations. So like that, I used to just do things. So I used to love. Sometimes I did the cooking classes also, but then I stopped them because children said when they came back and all, their mama stop this cooking class. Don't take. I did some classes also sometimes, but not much.
It was an inborn talent.
Inborn, in fact, just after my marriage. When I got married, I hardly do any cooking, to be very frank.
Okay.
I just wanted to learn something. Then I went to my mother. My mother was a very good cook, and I learned from her. I said, please teach me all this.
Yeah.
Then I used to try things. That was in me. That was in my blood, I think.
Okay. And did that impress Uncle very much?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
So that's what. And then it just.
And he was also fond of doing parties, and also that's why we used to always make stuff and then call over people and all. Then everybody used to appreciate why. Then one of the friends and all, there was a doctor, and he says, why are you wasting your time on this? Always feeding people. Why don't you start working? I said, what the hell? I can't work here in Ludhiana. It's not possible. Why? I've never felt like I've been working, to be very frank. That never came into my mind.
Yes,
that was frank. So he pressurized me, kept on pressurizing me every day. He says, you're wasting your time. I was in America, McDonald's started on a ready, why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? You can also do. So like that, I just felt like I went started doing some ice cream stalls in the fetes and all. In those days, there were fetes. The fetes, there used to be some Diwali, Mela, something like these type of things.
Yes.
So I just went there and all. So it was a hit all over. It was a hit.
Yes. Yeah.
So that gave me a push.
Encouragement.
Yeah, but then also after that, I said, now that I've done the work, I don't want to do anything. Then when friends started saying, do it for us, do it for us. I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Then it's not possible. Then I said, you have to do it. You have to do it. I did it for them. So these, like this, it is the way I then, when everybody started coming, then my husband said, if you want to do it, then do it properly. You can't make it with a handshake and ice cream. Because there was one MLA here, he said his daughter was getting married. He says, for 3,000 people, you make everything.
Oh, wow.
I said, I can't make.
3,000?
Yeah. They said, no, sir, I won't make. I can't make. He said, no, I have to make it. You have to make it. And you will not make it, I'll tell people that she hasn't done anything. Blame will come to you. He was like a fatherly figure to me.
Right.
So I did it on my own without any help for 3,000 people. I made all the
How did you? How many days did it take you, and how did you?
Just 2 days. In 2 days, I did everything.
3,000 people.
Yeah, I did it.
And did any of the ice cream get left? I'm sure it didn't.
Nothing. It was such a big hit. Everybody wanted to see, buy things, presentations, and everything. They said, what a thing! What a thing! I said, "Kabhi dekha nahi. We have never seen such a thing." And so that's why then my husband said, if you want to do it, then do it properly, then put some machine. Then I got at the back of my house, my house also had a very big house there, and then I just put up one section in the back. So I just made everything there and just put up
you would make, you had a mini kitchen there,
no,
and you also had a store.
I started from the kitchen, then after that I just, at the back of my house, I just made up a small section and then I started making it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's
I worked there for many years.
How many years was that?
This was from 78 to 90.
Oh my God, so that's 12 years.
Yes, I was then supplying, I started supplying to all over Punjab, UP, Delhi. Delhi also I used to send for marriage parties and big parties. And everywhere I was sending it. Then after my children completed their education, college, everything, then in 91 we just put up the biscuit plant I put up.
So that was the first official big plant you put up?
Big plant was the 91.
So why did it take you so long when you were always doing well from the start?
Frankly telling you, I was not doing it for any money sake or just doing it, to be very frank. It was just like a hobby sake. Because I was doing it, I never relied on anybody. I just had helpers to clean my utensils and all, and doing things. I used to work for 18 hours a day.
Oh, anyone
18 hours a day was with everything I wanted to do it on my own.
Yourself, so I guess you're a very hands-on person, and I can make that out even now. And you know, and so did you also go slow because the children were growing up that time?
The children were growing up. I never wanted to go fast, to be very frank. It never came into my mind. Because husband was not involved into it. He was doing his work. So he whatever I wanted to do it, he never said anything bad to me. Why you are doing it? People in Ludhiana was a very backward place. And frankly telling you, in Delhi also, everywhere, no ladies never used to work much.
Nobody at all.
So then it was something from very good family. I was the first one in Ludhiana who started working as a lady. So I got many criticisms and gossip stories and all from me. But I was a very bold person since beginning. So I was a bit bold person. So I used to really go and hit them like anything. To be very frank, I was very brave that way. And my husband said, "Do whatever you want. I don't care." He was very open-minded and all person. He never said anything. He says, "Do whatever you want. I am with you." So
that's really nice. If you don't mind my asking, I always love asking everyone who's very dynamic and hardworking. When is your birthday?
2nd June.
Oh, it's happy birthday! It's just coming. Okay, so then I mean, I'm a bit of a numerologist as well, and if I go by that, number 2 and number 6 being born in June makes you very romantic and very passionate and love all good things of life. And I'm sure that is so. How did that dynamic spirit come in you with these numbers?
No, I think it was there in me since beginning. I was very fond of dressing up, going out for parties, going
You
out
are so
abroad.
elegant even now.
And I was, since beginning, I was always, I think I was the first lady of Ludhiana who has always been matching. That is, I'm famous for that. Okay, I will from tip to toe.
You're perfectly dressed always.
Always dressed.
Well, look at you today. I mean, you are so elegantly dressed, and I mean,
I just
so
I was very
beautiful.
fond of all this. My husband was also very good, and I have travelled also quite a bit.
A lot, yes.
Lot, because I used to have fun.
So how did the next journey really start? You must have discussed it with your husband, your children before starting in 1990?
That was in 91.
91.
1991, in
Yes.
1991 in between
Yes.
that started. And then with the biscuits, it started with the biscuits. And slowly the children, when they came from Anup was the eldest one did his studies, completed the middle one, we did the jittering, and the Anup was doing CA. And they were all, they wanted to do some business, naturally to start. So somehow one of our friend from Bangalore, they said, why you are doing all these things? Why don't you join your mother? Catch her.
Yes.
So they catch her. So then
Catch her. That's a good one.
He was because he was a friend.
Yeah.
That's why he said he was our friend.
Right.
So then I said, don't tell all these things to them.
Yeah.
Then children, they wanted me. They joined
So then they put this whole concept,
they
strategy.
made many plans and all, but then because they wanted to consult him because he was a very good person in business and
Right.
all. So, but then he says, we better join your mother.
Okay.
So then in 90 we started with the biscuit plant and we went on doing it, and then in 95 the McDonald came in.
So
That's
90 was the biscuit plant.
Biscuit plant.
And
biscuit and the bread we were
the
making.
breads and biscuits,
breads and biscuits,
yes.
so we were baking.
And but I remember even in Delhi having a lot of your breads and biscuits even way back when we were in school and college.
Yeah. Now it's many years it's there. no?
Yes,
Biscuit,
yes,
that was
yes.
the start. I'm telling you about the
Yes,
start.
yes.
The start was like that.
So wasn't when you were setting up a new business, like every business has a challenge, and especially for a lady, even in the 90s it was unique. So how did you get, of course you come from a very good family and affluent and had your husband's support, then how did you get all the funding? Today all these people talk of startup and all, but those days there was no such thing. How did you all put the whole strategy,
Because
business plan
when
and
you're
everything?
doing the expansion, you need the money.
Yes.
Then you just go attach with your banks and all. You have
Yes.
to do it.
Yes.
Without that, you cannot. have
You
that.
cannot do it.
You cannot. So,
So
you
you
have to do it.
Approach them
Approach
and you...
so
and-
when they're working, they see you're working. They have you have your places and everything. Then everything goes on well. Fine.
And were you that time just selling within India, or were you exporting
No,
in those years as
we were
well?
just within India. Within
Okay.
India, that was the start. That was the start. A small plant here, not a big plant. We started with that, and the biscuit and the breads. Then later, when we 95, the McDonald came in, and with McDonald coming in, because McDonald was also the team was going all over India. They couldn't find their supplier. Somebody told them in Delhi to go to us, me, Rajni Mrs. Bector. Then they came here and they saw the working. They were very happy and they wanted to. They did the trials for 1 year, but after that they settled here with us. And with that, we started making all the ketchups, sauces, and other things.
Okay, so the ketchup journey started because of
with the
McDonald's.
yeah.
So
Then we were in collaboration with Quick Roots America, Chicago.
oh, I remember having those at those times. Yes.
So then, after some time, they never wanted to work in India. Then it was given. We started doing it, and in that also we developed our own sauces, own sandwich spreads, and everything with the ketchup and everything.
So that was for Quaker Oats, or was it for McDonald's?
No, McDonald's, that's our partnership. We were the ones who
Yes.
were doing it, not the
Yes.
Quaker Oats was doing it in India. We were
Okay.
doing it. We started with his name, but he just went away very soon from that.
Okay.
So we were doing it.
So how come at that time McDonald's, like Domino's also I think came up around somewhere around that time, not maybe the same time. So how come like if you're in a metro city, everybody gets more attracted to any industrialist, businessman or a lady entrepreneur in a metro. Being in Ludhiana, and that time it wasn't a metro, it was a second city.
Yeah.
Yet of course very affluent and very good people and nice people, everyone says, has always said. So how did McDonald's decide to choose someone from, I mean, they must have seen other plants too.
Yeah.
So when they evaluate, because I studied in America personally, and I know that when anybody wanted to do, a friend of mine wanted to do Dunkin' Donuts, those days. Now, of course, it's with, they wanted somebody to come and learn the recipe and everything there. So, did you also have to go through that?
No, they did the trials for 1 year because of the wheat problems were there.
Yes.
And then lately the wheat was decided from outside Punjab because that wheat was not suiting them. But they have to have their own recipe for that. And we were having all the plants from abroad. We got the plants done for them. And then we started, our initial start was also for all over India.
Okay, it was all over.
Wherever they were putting up the stores, that we were just going for that.
And also, how did, what happened when you also had to export it? So now do you export all the buns as well?
We are exporting to about 67 countries.
For McDonald's?
No, not for McDonald's.
Okay, for your own product.
For biscuits.
Okay, for biscuits.
For biscuits we are doing.
Okay.
But not the buns. Buns are all over India.
All over India. But that's today McDonald's is a huge...
We are doing to McDonald's, we are doing for KFC and the Burger King. All three we are doing it.
Okay, okay. So, as you were mentioning that you were supplying to McDonald's buns from 1995 then?
95.
95, till to date?
Yeah, till today.
And so do you see that the demand in India for McDonald's and hamburgers and fast food has increased now?
Yeah, it is
a lot.
It has increased
So that also gives great numbers and business.
The main thing is that McDonald's and all are, they are on the cheaper side and the healthier food. Because they are the people who are doing in a very healthier way. Because we have seen their working, how they do it.
Okay.
And all that's the main thing which really matters. And they are cheap also. And a
Yes,
filling
very
burger, if the children they are studying abroad, outside and they are staying and then they just have a burger, it's very healthy, chalo, let's have it.
Yes.
Or if you are working office hours also, you just take a burger and then
Yes,
that's the main thing.
So today, as everybody is very calorie conscious and all, have you ever gotten to any gluten-free food as well?
Not as yet.
As yet, but I'm sure you will. Yes, with the spirit you have. Yes. So so now, as the years progress from 91 to 95, and then after that, I heard and read also that you also had an IPO in 2010.
Yeah.
Yes. So how did the journey from 2020? Yes. So you got the Padma Shri in 2021, which is just recently after COVID, and you also had the IPO, which was a super success. So what was your journey between 95 and 2020 till you started your IPO? I mean, because one thing is doing a huge business and supplying to a global chain, which is a huge achievement, and that's why you're one of my women superstars. But the second is also reaching a level of getting an IPO for food.
Yeah.
And how did that come about? And
in fact, for when you are going ahead and you are putting up factories, we have put up a factory in Delhi also. That the time we started making bread in Delhi by the name of English Oven.
Right.
And plus other things were made because the Punjab state was slightly in a bad shape at that time. And then we had one in Una, Himachal. Una, Himachal, we had it. Then we had it in one in Bombay and one in Bangalore.
Okay.
And now we have in Rajpura also.
Okay.
So the factories are there.
Okay.
So with that, when you are doing expansion, so much expansions, you need some partners in it.
Yes.
And some investments. So first some company came in and then they left, and then again the Motilal Oswal came in, and then when he also investors were there. Investors were there because of that. Without that, it's not possible.
Right.
Because we are using the best of machines from all over abroad.
Okay.
All over abroad.
Okay.
We are the only ones who are making bread which is untouched by hand in India.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting for everyone.
Yeah,
yes.
English Oven. Okay. So these are the things which really matters quite a bit in life. So with that, you need expansion, and then you want to come out. Then in about you can say about 10 years, 20 years back, 15 years back, more than 10 years back, you can say. Okay, I have 3 sons. Then their children have grown up. Now.
Yes, yes.
They're grown up. So it becomes difficult for such family together because all the ideas are different. Everybody
Yes, where the family grows.
As a family,
yes.
we separated them.
Okay.
Separate. So one has looking after the sauces, and Anoop is looking after the bread and the biscuits, and the one is looking after ice creams and all.
So and was it your decision to
no, it was the decision by we asked all of us that we should do it. Everything is fine. We're doing it.
So So it's like a happy decision.
No, it's happy decision.
Yes,
it's a happy decision. No, there's nothing at back.
Yes. Well, actually, it's true because the world has also gone into so many different spheres, and I'm sure each of generation
everyone has different ideas. Then the children also, the younger ones also, they don't want it. They all got educated very well and all. They all went abroad for studying and everything. And they're all well-read children.
So are they taking also doing the same business, or I mean, which their fathers are doing currently?
Same.
And do you feel a change now within like to create Bectors like a Miss Fields cookies and take it global? Because whenever I think of Miss Fields cookies when I was studying, I always used to think of your cookies. And so I was just going to ask you, are you planning to make a brand now? Everyone's trying to make the Indian product a global brand, like, you know, whether you have a Versace.
We would like to have it, but still it all depends whether we can make it or not. Because we are exporting to so many countries and to so many people.
That's right.
We are with the Walmart outside everywhere.
Oh yes, okay. So you are supplying to Walmart and Target and all the big stores there as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of even doing a supply chain, because it's so correlated to keep your food and ice creams all in you know, cold storage and cold, you know?
No, that's the thing. The main thing is what we are exporting is biscuits.
Okay.
Biscuits.
So that they doesn't get bad.
Yes. These are the biscuits which we are exporting.
Yes.
But you have to do it on a different level. Everybody is doing on their own level, my children.
Okay.
And ketchup is also doing very well, and that's also big hit.
Yes. So ketchup is also being bought by McDonald's? Because with their fries,
they were taking it. Then sometimes they take it because they were McDonald's. Also, the owners are changing day by day, so everything keeps on coming. Sometimes they take it, sometimes they will. But buns are regularly they're going there.
Okay.
But the sauce is going everywhere. To all the 5 stars is going everywhere.
Okay.
Even all the toppings, people are really fond of because they're all very good quality.
Yes.
Because
And
that's not because
not
I am saying because it is mine, but I know what ingredients we are putting in everything.
Okay.
How we are careful about everything. In our factories, all of whatever the material comes has to go to first the labs are there, the trucks go straight in the front of a lab. Different labs are there for different products, and they are tested before entering the factory.
Okay.
So everything is very nicely done up and all.
Okay. And do you ever feel in this like great extraordinary journey, did you ever have a low moment where you felt the business was not doing as your expectations, or you felt that, you know, you would want to grow it in a different way, or any emotional thing, you know, which came up?
Nothing emotional, but in every business.
Yes.
In every business, it's not in my business or anything. It is every business. There are some points are there which you have to really work hard for that.
Right.
And you have to see what is better and what is not better for you.
Right.
But for increasing your supply, your business and all, you have to really work hard and to see to it where it has to go and what not.
Yes.
Because in India also it is going to about 6 lakh stores.
Yes. So do you feel like all the FMCG companies and like today after COVID, do you feel that the market share and market structure has gone up, demand has gone up for all these products?
Demand is good.
Because I think COVID, there was one industry which did not get affected at that time was food.
Food, yeah.
So how did the after your IPO, and then I believe you were bestowed with the Padma Shri, which is a very rare, and it must have made you really proud and happy because you did it all by yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
So how did that moment come about? I mean, did you?
That moment was very nice because in fact what happened a day before the announcement, 24th, I got a call.
24 is 6 and you were born in 6.
No, 24th evening, January.
You got a call?
I got a call. Okay, we are giving you, I'm free at speaking from the Home Ministry, and we will be giving you Padma Shri. But don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Are you ready to accept it? I said, yes, if you'll give me I'm ready to accept it.
Yeah.
But Ben said, you want to know anything about me? He says, no, we know everything.
Okay.
And the phone was shut. And I just thought it's a fake call. To be very frank, I thought it's a fake call. How can that be possible? Because I knew about because I'm a board person who knows everything about it. I said, Padma Shri, they could do the inquiries about your incomes, your taxes, and everything. And they just but tomorrow they're going to announce it, today he's calling me. How can it's all nonsensical thing. But it's all nonsensical. So I never told in the house also. I never told anybody. I got such a call or anything. Nothing. I never said anything.
Right.
On 25th evening, I was, there's Rashmi and Anup were out somewhere, and their sons were here with me, both of them, and we were, all three of us were having food. And at 8 o'clock, I got a call from a doctor from Ludhiana. He says, Mubarke, Mubarke. What Mubarke? For what? For what you are getting? He says, your name is coming TV. Your name is coming TV.
And you are in your own world having chocolates probably with your grandson.
So that was really shocking. And then he just said, I never knew about it. Then all the children, then he called all my relatives here and everybody. So then everybody gathered together and it was a really shocking news. I also thought, I forgot about it completely. If somebody said
somebody gave a fake call or bhul gaye.
It's a fake call, that's all. So it became very interesting. But taking the award was also a very good thing, which is really matters because the president also told me, you are not the pride of Punjab, you are pride of India. Because in 78, ladies were not allowed to work, and you have brought the empowerment to the women. All over India.
That's the reason. In my first 12 episodes, 12 episodes, I was adamant to have you. It's so warm. It's so at this time of the year. But I was very keen because you've not even talked about it. Most business women talk about it, come in so many magazines. You have been successful. People know about it, but you've not gone everywhere on your own. People come to you. Well, a lot of people go to the media, and everyone respects and regards that side and aspect of But I would like to ask.
Then all the interactions were very good by the president and the Mr. Modi. Both. The interactions were really good and very appreciable. It was really very.
And they spoke to you personally? They acknowledged
personally.
Okay. And now I believe you invited the Prime Minister to come to Ludhiana?
No, because he told me there, he says that आपने तो मेरे को कभी खाना ही नहीं खिलाया. So I says कि लुधियाना आ जाओ तो खाना खा लेना. That was the thing.
So has he come?
No, he hasn't.
Okay. No, it's been 4 years, so I thought maybe.
Still, his position is such that it's so risky also for him to come and
that's
the thing.
That's right. As you know, I'm an interior architect and I've been in the interior business for the last 26 years. I also was a young woman entrepreneur. Of course, not in the 1978 at that time. But when I also started working, there were very few women working. And of course, more than at your time. But how would you advise today women entrepreneurs? Everybody is working in banks and professionals and different genres. But how would what career would you advise them today to be? Because I think like you did it from passion. Today they do it only for commercial sense. What is your view and advice?
I think it is the passion. I believe in the passion.
Only thing,
I believe in passion because whatever you want to work, you want to work in a bank, you want to work in an office, that's also your passion. That's also passion. If you are working whatever industry you want to do it, that's also passion. And without passion you cannot be successful. And the one thing is which I want to tell everybody, not even the ladies only, want to tell everybody, all the children, youngsters and everybody, whatever you do it properly, with honesty. And work like a worship. That is my motto of life. That is my motto of life, work like a worship. Or never compromise on anything. If you are going to compromise on any lies or wrong things, then you can never be successful.
You will never be. And if you are lazy also. Like as
and
you said,
you have to be hardworking and nice. And that is the main thing. Work truthfully and always think you are not perfect. Every day is a learning day in life, so every day you keep on learning. That is the way.
So I wanted to ask you, you've always been working, when you say had to design your house, because this is close to my heart, what kind of style would you have liked? Like a classic, modern, fusion? What is your personal style?
I just love having a nicely done up house. I am not very particular about the things,
whether it's modern or classic.
Whatever I love, I have an eye on a thing. I have an eye on things. I loved all that. If you do it like this, it will look nice. So
you can visualize what will look good.
That's it.
Yes, you have a good eye.
I not have any particular ideas.
So whether it's a modern classic, as long as it looks good. But tell me, do you? I mean, you're so elegant. Do you like more bright colors, or do you like more soft palettes, or which one do you prefer?
I like more soft palettes.
Yes, I can see with so very nice and elegant.
Soft and embroidery and all the paintings and all the lacy works. These types of things I love. I don't like too much of flashy things.
Flashy things, yes.
And since beginning, I was like that.
Always. And have you also? Are you very fond of collecting good art? As you like all good things.
Yeah, I like to collect the good things.
And do you like? I'm sure everybody would like to know. I mean, you're so inspiring, and you've traveled so much. Do you like taking holidays? And where do you like to go for your holidays, if so?
I just love to go when the husband was there.
Yes.
So we used to actually go together also, but still with friends also we used to go.
Yes.
We used to enjoy everywhere.
Yes.
All over India to hill stations, all the hill stations here also and abroad also. But abroad was the much was you want to see the abroad, whatever the America is and what is Europe is and everything is there, Germany, every country.
Yes.
But India is also beautiful.
Yes,
India is also beautiful.
Yes.
So I used to just travel and enjoy. And there was my husband was very fond of cruises. So we have done many cruises. I think I don't remember how many I have done it.
Okay. And did you also? I mean, are you fond of good food, fine dining, and
yeah,
I
like food.
You like? I mean, of course, good food
like
because
good food. But still, I love my homemade food.
Butter chicken and dal.
No, I have turned veg.
Oh, you've turned veg.
Since many years I have turned veg, but still I will. I can make it for the family. That's what it is.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And what would you like if, say, suppose you had to? What would your favorite cuisine be if you went for a holiday? If you went, would it be continental, Chinese, Japanese, Italian?
I love every cuisine, to be very frank.
But if you had to
but
choose
I just
one.
want to try every cuisine, to be very frank.
Yes.
You love what taste it has and what is the good in it and all. Some things are not good, some are good. Some you like, some you don't like.
Yes. So, I mean, of course, your husband has been your biggest support, as you always said. And unfortunately, you lost him in 2017. So, did it really hold you back with your passion, or did it keep you a little low for a few years? And then still you got in 2020.
No, frankly telling you, I really miss him quite a bit because when you are together for so many years, you miss the person. I miss him quite a bit, but still my children are very nice. And they're very accommodating and very nice, and they take care of me. All the three sons and their wives and all the families, everybody's they are very good. So I'm very happy with them. And
well, I've had the pleasure.
They don't let me think about it. Whenever I think about him, he says, don't think about him. You have to go.
You know, they always say all siblings are never the same. And I've had the pleasure of meeting all your children and your daughter-in-laws independently. And each one of them are lovely people in their own right. And it's very rare to have a family which, I mean, everyone cannot be nice. I mean, everyone has pluses and minuses.
All three daughter-in-laws are not my daughter-in-laws, they are my daughters, to be very frank. I am always behaved with them like mothers. I have never felt like they are my daughter-in-laws. I have never felt it. From my heart, I have never felt it.
Yes, you know, when I sit with you and when I even wanted to meet you for this interview, of course I had come over to meet Rashmi once before when I met you. I mean, your aura is so beautiful, so peaceful, and this we all are working. You have very stressful days, and you have some days which are good, lot of work issues, problems, struggles, delays in sometimes production and all. How do you manage to keep so calm and peaceful and have that like really super elegant and inspiring?
I think when you get angry, you spoil the things instead of solving them. Just anger makes you go bad.
So as long as you keep that out.
You have to keep your anger out. Because generally, it's my habit, I never scold anybody much. It's not my intent. That's since beginning, I'm like that.
Okay.
I even to staff also, I would never scold them. Because if by chance, it's 1 year or something, I tell anybody, they also realize that today we must have done something very wrong if she has said something.
Said something, yes.
Because I just don't like to say it. And I am a very humble person, to be very frank. I am same with the poor people and same with the rich people.
Yeah,
I am like that, and I am famous for that.
I think there is everyone who I know. There's not one person who has a good word to say about you. Everybody praises you for the person you are, the persona, how you've done your work, how you've conducted your business, and even now it's like, I mean, you could put all of us youngsters to shame because sometimes we are not so elegantly dressed
because
like you are.
I have, in fact, socially I have worked also quite a bit.
Oh,
I was
how
a
is
social
that?
worker. I was a social worker also.
Do you do CSR activities? Or
Both of we keep on doing. Those are different. Now they are different because when these things were not there,
Yes.
I used to go to all the hospitals, look after the poor patients, to look after their medicines, how they are doing and how they are wanted help from doctors and all. I used to get them.
Yes.
And then used to put up camps and I used to work in the camps and all.
Yeah.
Because before I started working, I used to get many awards. For war also I have done it. I got at that time Jagjeev Ram was the defense minister. I got an award from him.
Okay.
And all these types of things. And then I was a state award was given to me because I used to do quite a bit of social work. And I was in fact very active in Loyance movement also. I was the Loyance chairperson of North India.
Okay.
From you can say from all over North India, from Delhi to JK was under me.
Oh, okay, that's
So
a
JK
large.
was under.
Yes.
So I was the Loyance chairperson of all the areas, and I opened all the clubs every year at that time.
Okay.
Now the way the FICCI is at that time it was Loyance movement. Then
Okay.
FICCI is also I am the mentor of FICCI in Ludhiana.
Okay.
Because I was also awarded the FICCI 25 Outstanding Women of India by FICCI.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Now since quite some years back.
Yes.
So then they wanted to open a club here. Then I was a mentor of that. And Rashmi was my daughter, was first chairperson of this FICCI.
Yes, that
here.
I've heard. Yeah.
So these are the things which I am socially. I'm involved with some club here, and that because I'm very active and looking after the institutions also that way.
So how did you? I mean, you do so many things, but how?
I don't want to rest. No, that is the
So
thing.
that's the best thing,
Yeah.
and that's what keeps you.
I have never slept in the afternoon in my life.
Oh yes, any working woman probably never gets that privilege.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm sure you didn't want to, so it wasn't as you called it. But like how do you manage to do time management? It's like because you between social work, between looking after your husband, your kids, your grandchildren, your business.
I was like that when my kids were there. When used to come home from the hostel.
Right.
So I never used to leave them. I used to be with them, spending time with them and all. And I used to work late when they used to be not there. So my husband used to say, why you're just doing so much, don't do it.
Right.
I said, no, it's fine. For me, it's fine. I'll do it. Let me help it.
Yeah.
Do it. So I was arranging everything. If I'll do this work at this time and then I do it accordingly, I'll manage to go here, I'll manage to go there. I do it.
Yes, okay. And how are your grandchildren now modifying in the new India the same business but in a new mold or new packaging?
They are doing it and they are doing it, taking lot of interest in everything. They want to improve upon the things, and then naturally every day their new things are coming up.
Yes.
So they are doing very well. They are doing very fine and they are really working very hard.
Yes.
They are working very hard on it, and that's I'm very happy with that.
So, like, how do you feel packaging, a packaging industry, the food, our content is very good. Indian food and all the food like the ketchup and the cakes and the ice cream, of course, is everyone knows is amazing, and your company and you have the best. But how do you think if we make our packaging like really of international standards, we can give anyone a run for their money? Because do you feel, I mean, it's already better in our country, but do you think packaging could redefine it?
No, you can redefine because in fact the packaging, we can just tell the people who are dealing in packaging. They are the ones who have to develop the things.
Yes, not in your thing. And have you ever thought of getting into this packed food like you get in the America and US and all? People don't have time, so.
No, just we have also started. Anup San has started doing in Delhi.
Okay.
Then some metros also, some shops are there.
Okay.
Then some offices also they are there. They are doing the frozen food and they are just do it fine, and the way they are doing it, some cakes and croissants and all these types of things they are doing it. From
like ready to go.
Ready to go. So these types of things they're starting. Let's see. the future.
Well, he's your
Yeah.
grandson, so I'm sure he is not going to fail.
Yeah, that's really
And
fine.
I know we're short of time. I would
Yeah.
have loved to ask you 100 more questions,
that's
but I
okay.
would like to just say thank you so much for
my pleasure.
being on my show. And let me first tell my viewers a little bit. So here's Mrs. Bector, the one and only, a lady who I really, really admire and respect, and she's par excellent and par elegant. Very few people in this country are as elegant as her. Her sari, her style of dressing, her subtle colors, the lipstick and the jewelry, all in one package. Not only has she made us proud, but she's also made India proud on a global stage. You've seen how she's explained to all the women what they should do in the future, all the youth, how they should redefine their future, and also not shy away from hard work. So there's nothing better than hard work, and there's no substitute to it. You can find all the shortcut works, but the truth is, this elegant lady worked 18 hours a day to reach where she had. It was no connection, no pull, all her hard work. A lady at the age of 30 and today a Padma Shri, and has taken her brand global from a small town in Ludhiana. So I think you all, the youth and the women and myself, need a lot to learn from her. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Angie's India, and this was one of my favorite superheroes, Mrs. Rajni Bector. Thank you. As you know, we run an online store and home decor, and this is something small. I hope you like it.
No need for that.
No, it's something really, really, really small, and I will next time, of course, like to give you something more nicer where you can serve on all your dishes on my tableware collection from Angie Homes.
Sure, that.
Thank you.
Nice.